guys, or good afternoon. It's a 4 p.m. Today is Thursday, May 12th, and so today's update, right? So look at this. This week, this is the old summary, right? Running summary. So I'm not gonna talk about this because it's a repeating thing, right? But this is a new wording I put it today, right? When I published the morning pre-market note, I said today or tomorrow, upside bounce may happen, right? Today, after a few minutes of the open or mid-noon, bounce may happen. If that bounce holds till closing, then tomorrow a little bit more up move, right? So the bounce is holding, right? That is what it is today. Today's closing, I think is going to be around 39.25 or higher, right? So I put that message in my Discord also, earlier, in just few minutes ago. So at least that's some good sign for buyers, for tomorrow. So, but anyway, it was expected thing, right? But doesn't mean that it has to happen. But at least it's always good to have some ideas, right, in advance, so we can plan ahead. Remember yesterday I said, if you know what is coming, then you can plan ahead of it and line up your trades accordingly, right? So then knowing the upside move may happen, at least you will be careful on the short side then, right? And you can also be careful on the long side because overall short bias, right? Bearish bias. So ES is now entering into a good support zone, right? So I only talked about, if you look at it, I only talked about support and all these things, right? Mostly, if you look at it, if you read the notes properly. I also mentioned Russell, Dow, their NQ, they are all into coming into good support, and that's why I choose to give you notes in the charts today and yesterday also, right, in Discord. Main goal here is for us is to short, but now we do not have to become aggressive sellers, and we have to line up some confluence before we take the short. See, until today, until yesterday, we were okay for shorting, at the levels, but now we have to line up some confluence there, so we have to be basically careful in shorting also. For the longs, we have to do the similar exercise the way we are doing it for shorts, right? Because I am expecting a bounce, we are allowed to take both sides today, 50-50, okay? And internals are important. Look for divergence in AD, right? Let's say if you want to go long, short, look for divergence or confluence, 39.25 is the key today to watch, right? Draw a line at there and you will see. And then this is the powerful statement. Failed breakdown is a first sign that buyers are trying. See that? Two failed breakdown today. One in the overnight, right before open, and one in the open. I'll show you. So those are the characteristics that you need to learn in advance, that these things may happen. 700, 775, entire area is a bias area from the past, and you can see what happened today at 700, 775, right? So my long was right at 700 in the morning, just relying on this idea, breaks below 700, then price has to hold it, and at that point sellers will be there and you can target this, otherwise else expect some upside move from 1 to 2 days if you see a strong bounce from this buyer's area. See that? Dream numbers are important, which is 921 and 858, and that area held it, to the sellers, but then finally it gave up, right? Russell, I did not look at Russell, I did not look at Dow, but you can read this note today for Russell also, this one, and for Dow you can read this note also, and then you can check the chart by yourself. I didn't even have a time to even look at those. Crude and gold, no trading. It's a heavy chop, but I said above 104.50 you can look for longs if you want to, right? Gold completely no trading, right? These are the dream numbers. So, and look at the beauty, damn thing is right at 39.25. See, that is the issue, but at least buyers are trying, because the way they get the closing here, that means they are there. They want to take it a little bit higher now, tomorrow. So that is the note for tomorrow, okay? Now, see, NQ held this 700, 775, this area 2 times, right? So at least some buyers are there. and this is all I was visioning before coming into today, all these things. And that was my long in the morning. Remember I said in the pre-market notes, right after a few minutes of the open it may bounce, right? This is opening 1 2 3 4, like how many, 10 minutes, right? Few minutes means it could be 10 15 minutes, 20 minutes, right? Or 30 minutes maybe, but you can see right of the open, slight up, expected drop from dream number, blue line, right? VWAP, straight down and reversal. See that? Right after few minutes bounce may happen, right? So it's all, you have to visualize all this price action ahead of the time, right? So knowing all these things in my mind, and then when I published my note at 7 o'clock when price was here, right, I put the notes here. See that? In this 700 to 775, now you can read this note. So all the members knows already these notes, but this is for YouTubers, right? Or whoever is watching YouTube. You may see some buyers in this rectangle, right? Which is this rectangle. And it says break below 700, it can go down to here. Otherwise expect some upside bounce for 1 or 2 days. If you see a strong bounce from this box today, right? Break above dream numbers. See, these are the dream numbers, final one, this is this one and this one, right? Buyers can become active, right? So here that was your long, right here and here, okay? And then price went down, right? Again this area acted as a resistance, and then now it closed right into this area, right? So at least buyers are there now, sellers are little bit weakened. They are not weakened, but at least they are taking a break now, yes, right? So in the morning there was a short opportunity too, I let it go on purpose so I can focus on longs, because I don't want to short it. If I short it, then after looking at this breakdown and all this thing here, right, like this, I'll be more favoring shorts at that point because of the minds. It's all about driven by our minds, right? And then it can influence my mind, and then I will look for more shorts or maybe hold for more profit, and then suddenly price reverses and then I'll be like right? So instead of that, I did not short it here. This was a good short actually, but me knowing that it may bounce, right, or it may go through it, I didn't want to take a chance shorting it here. So this ES also same thing, 39 where is it, 930, right, which is here, confluence area, right? Bold support turn into resistance, VWAP, right? All this thing was here. So that was the short of the open in both of them, right? But that's why I ignored it. Instead I was looking for long, right? But ES I didn't have a good level except this 85 or 91 to go long, because they were not bold. The bold was here, right? But then this was immediate breakdown of this, right? And 39.25 was my key level, not this. This means maybe here somewhere my key level was there. So ES was kind of a middle of nowhere. NQ however was right at the level 700 750, right? So that's why I took the long in NQ, not in the ES when it touched here, because it basically my level was here, idea was, but it went below it, breakdown, I didn't want to fade it here. On the way up, the moment it bounced, right, that's where I took the long at 87, right here. And then with NQ 700 already in, right, I built out both of them here, right? That's my first morning thrust, right? Because NQ went from 700 to 900, 200 point in like 8 minutes, good enough profit, right? You can't complain. So that's why I built out. Okay, same thing was ES. But at this point, I knew that buyers are in control now for intraday. Whatever I thought before in the pre-market, buyers are proving that point, right? At that point, I just have to observe this 85. I do not want to see any close below this, and you can see that here there was an attempt, right? Immediately pop back up in. Otherwise, it would have gone through it, right? While ES came close to this low, NQ was holding this 750 area, right? So that was a long here also, if somebody wants to take it. But it's overall seller's market. So price coming down here, you do not want to go long here, rather you want to see price proving that point and then pull back here, you go long, right? This is the long I already told you in Discord at that time, right? So this one 39.11 or so, or 10 so, right? This long we discuss, and then you bail out. Also the exit was, we also know, like 40 to 50 area, so we will bail out here, and the same time we bail out in NQ also, right? So those were my trades, right? And then I was done anyway. So I went outside. I didn't bother to even look at the price after that, right? Because I was not interested. Price already made a move. Even though it goes higher, I don't care, because tomorrow I can trade again, right? So I do not want to waste my time after that. I already got my trades, right? And so, and it's a good thing. Look at this, what happened after that, right? Again, so this is a garbage price action, back and forth. So there is no trade here, okay? But because ideally buyers should have held it here, right? But sellers being sellers, right? They always try to defend. So how do someone trades here, right? In this garbage? Not in this garbage, there is no trade. But there was one trade right here. So look at this, right? Here, 2 attempts, already price attempted here, right? And then it went higher and then came back down, correct? So here there was no long trade, because ideally price should not have come down here. So there is no trade. Then price went higher. At this point, this thing should have tanked here after balancing, because if buyers were there, they should have controlled it right here. But coming down here second time, third time, it's a weaken. But still price bounced, fine. Then it went higher. Now buyers had a more responsibility. Looking at this momentum, pricing AD, price should not go down below this high, this area pretty much, this. See, you have to expect something, this. And then you can see mini pullback here, right? Then it went higher. At this point, it should go higher, and it to stay above these 2 lines. Simple, by looking at all these things. But instead, you can see this price drop below. That's the first sign. Sellers are back in business, and you should be shorting it. That's the first sign. Early short would be right here. But let's say, these buyers are still there, but it's like a 1, 2, 3rd trace, 4th trace is gonna go, simple, go down. All you need to see a momentum. So there was a trade right here. So this is little bit aggressive, but this one, bingo, look at this, immediately switched, right? And then price couldn't go higher here, see that? So that was the trade you can take. Same time NQ you can trade here. But after that, at this pop-up, all these things, it's garbage. If it was not a garbage, then you would have seen price from here go down, NQ breaking below 700, right? But since it's a garbage, you know what happened. Look at this, back up right here, see? So that suggests it's a garbage price action to come. That's why it suggested not to trade this area, right? And this is not after the fact, after seeing this and this, most likely it's a garbage. You need to know all this thing right here, not after seeing this. And so 39.25, most likely the closing area, right? So that's how it is. So NQ held it, right? Multiple attempts here. So some buyers are also here, and that be all for today. So morning trades are perfect. After that it's all garbage, at least nowadays. And that is what I'm running the notes for 2 days, right? 2 days in a row, or 3 days actually. 50-50 shorts, right? Both sides. And you can see it here also, same thing, both sides. See? So something you have to expect ahead of it in order to trade it properly, and that be all for today.